Antioch in its earliest conception has always been, and as a matter of fact, always be, a church of the people, of the community, and of the city. Being founded in 1866 by ex-slaves who came together looking for a place to worship, looking for a place to serve the Lord, to pull community resources together back in those times. Antioch served as a nucleus and a hub, if you will, of not only of a place of worship, but a place of education, a place of service, a place of community. For me, it's not only the history of Antioch, but it's the history of Freedmen's Town that has allowed this church to survive as long as it has. It's been the community, the partner, and the relationships with this city. I like to tell people that Antioch is only 30 years younger than this city. So Antioch and the city of Houston grew up together. You have to go back to the tenacity of a people, the resilience of a people, the love of a people for each other, her community, and the Lord. And I believe that's the recipe for success. I tell people that Jack Yates and those other founders that partnered with him, our first members partnered with him, they lived their life day to day to the best of their ability. They didn't worry about the legacy. And that's our principle here as a church. If you just live every day for the Lord, the legacy will take care of itself. And I think you see the fruition of that.
We are at the African American Library at the Gregory School in 4th Ward. The Gregory School was the first institution for African American kids after slavery. The Gregory Institute actually started in 1870, but the building we're in today was rebuilt in 1926 and repurposed in 2009 as an archive and research center for African Americans in Houston and the surrounding areas. We offer a lot of activities here. On the first floor, you'll find 3 galleries dedicated to not only Freedmen's Town, 4th Ward, and then just African Americans' contributions to Houston in general. At the end of the hall, you'll find an art gallery which deals with African American culture, not necessarily tied to Houston, but just the United States and national, and international. Upstairs, we have a reading room, so if you want to come in and do research.
The historic Bethel Church Park, the former home of Bethel Missionary Baptist Church, Jack Yates' second church after Antioch. Bethel Church Park is incredibly important and worthy of protection and preservation and celebration because of what it means to Houston's history, to Texas's history, and to the story of freedom in Freedmen's Town. So, like I said, this is Jack Yates' second church. This place is incredibly important because it is living history. And it's so relevant and it's so unique that even just in the last few decades, right, during the restoration process and the rebuilding of the site that you're able to come and visit today, there were archaeological digs and there were things being found, baptismal pools.
This is the original pool.
That show you what this space really consisted of. And so you think about all the things in Freedmen's Town that have been developed over. And so there's history right under our feet if we don't cover it all up and throw it away. And so this place makes the case for saving places that are sacred and that are special, because the more you dig, the more you find. And the more you find, the more healing and knowledge and understanding and compassion we all have with each other's story. This story of freedom is a positive story. Why would a young person come here? Well, I'm gonna hopefully give you 100 good reasons. And so in the near future, we will be helping to activate and program the space. You'll be able to have not just a wedding here, but celebrations. We'll have music, we'll have dance, we'll have food, events, we'll have movie screenings, opportunity for community engagement. This place will be a hub of activity and growth once again, which is what it was in its heyday, a place to connect, to get a vibe, and to energize and to exchange knowledge and information and goods. And so we look forward to that day coming back for Freedmen's Town and people knowing the story of freedom and how valuable it really is and how valuable it has been to the people who came before us.